Hi, I'm Tori Hatzenbuehler. This is my Module 7 reflection. This week we talked about some online learning, and I think that online learning can be a really great tool, but personally I think that we should stick with teaching online classes through junior high and high school students and beyond. I think that it does not belong in the K through 6 classroom, but that's just my personal opinion. I think that kids, specifically younger kids in elementary school, the K through 6 levels, are so into their technology nowadays that they would be highly disengaged in a regular classroom setting if they were to have the option of doing it online. I can see both benefits and downfalls of online learning. For example, I do not learn as well online. This class I understand is online, but it's a little bit more challenging for me than being face to face with someone. I think I learned quite a bit better going to a real classroom setting, and I think that kids, it just needs to be modified in a classroom. I think technology is a really great tool to use and it can be really beneficial towards learning, but I think students need to be comfortable in a classroom because they're not always going to have that option of having that class online. Sometimes you need to just show up, sit in a desk, and sometimes I think that that's really good for a kid to get away from all that technology, to get away from their computer, and to learn in a more traditional setting. And I think that can be helpful towards learning in K through 6. I use Google Classroom to make my online assignment. I had them use some Spanish vocabulary in their houses, so they would create their own diagram for their house and label it in Spanish vocab. I really actually enjoyed Google Classroom. I think I said last week, I think this is why I use it actually, because I was unfamiliar with it last week, and learning about it made me really interested and intrigued in it, so I chose to use Google Classroom, and I actually really liked it. I thought it was pretty simple to use. It was pretty self-explanatory. I like that you could write a little due date for your students so they know exactly when it is due. You could even write a time. They give you options to insert file attachments or insert documents. I think that it is a really easy way to communicate with your kids, and it is simple to use. So I really did like that. It was easy to maneuver, and obviously it is a part of the Google slides and docs and all of that stuff that I already use on an everyday basis. I think the last question, sorry about that. The next question was, should the state require students to complete an online class? And I do not agree with that. I do not think that it should be a requirement. Just as I said earlier, some kids are unable to learn online, and some kids really need that engagement from the teacher, and that is what we are going to school for, is to teach. And I think that is really important to see the learning styles of students, and if they work better online, then give them an online course. If they work better in a classroom, give them a classroom course. If they work better, doing a little bit of both, maybe like a podcast almost classroom, maybe they can see you on a computer screen, but they're not completely face-to-face with you, try to work that. I think that we need to be a little bit more lenient in schools in learning styles and to see what exactly is the learning style for our students that suits them best. That is my reflection for this week. Thank you.